it's just a case of looking at the world now. Are you happy to just work day to day and be told by somebody, stack those shelves, patrol that area, dig that road, teach that lesson? Or are you the person who wants to look at 10 years time as to how the road's going to be dug up or that lesson's going to be taught? If you want to be that person, then running your own business is really for you.
You've taken all the ideas and the background work that you did with Scotland Yard and the Met, and you transferred that to your own business. How did that work out for them, that you became effectively a competitor? Because not only had they lost your expertise, but you also share your expertise with other police departments worldwide, if I understand it correctly. Am I right?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So I don't think they care, to be honest. The trouble with the public sector up to a point is it gets paid whether it's good or bad. So my old unit solves half the crime that it used to solve under me, but no one's wages have been halved, and that's the difference, I suppose, with the private sector. I suppose I was always in a difficult situation personally because I was always sort of independent, and it's very hard to fit into those tight structures if you are independent, and so running your own business does give you that freedom to say what you want, to do what you want, to expand as you want. But it also has, it's different in the sense that when I was a soldier at 16 to the police at 50, and every month on a certain day, you get your wages, whether you're lazy or hardworking. Now, I was always hardworking, but I knew plenty of people who weren't, who received good money for not doing very much really. Running your own business gives you a lot of freedom, but you have to accept that some months you'll make a lot of money and other months you won't. And the key thing is to stay positive. I've been lucky to have a good mentor. Lord Lingfield is a Conservative member, a member of the House of Lords, but he's also very active in youth work and charity work, and that's where I know him from. He was good and helped me, so he was a guiding force, like a father figure, I suppose. And also I recruited a small team around me who could give support, who also had expertise. And you've got to have somebody who can run your accounts. I knew nothing about money, accounts, tax, so you've got to get yourself a good accountant, which I have. But if a young person or anybody is independently minded, who's got a good idea, it's really worth pursuing. And what I would recommend is that don't throw your job away straight away. I was lucky to have the buffer of a police pension. Don't do that. Gradually build up your business whilst you're working for whoever's paying you money, and then at the appropriate time, break away. Don't have any form of hissy fit and leave and whatever. Just take your time, take the money to give that buffer and develop your idea, because everybody's got a good business in them, and we live in a world now which is rapidly transforming digitally, and so there's all sorts of new openings. The world changes far quicker. If you went back to 1600, between 1600 and 1700, I doubt much had changed at all. 1700 to 1800, suddenly the world's industrial revolution, then the world starts spinning quick, but it's spinning a lot quicker now than ever before. So there's all sorts of changes, and you've just got to find your niche in that change where you can push ahead. I mean, luckily with my change is that people are concerned about change. So with facial recognition systems, people are afraid. They don't like computers saying arrest that person, stop that person. They don't want to live in that sort of world. And so I produce the humans who can provide that human intervention, that sort of safety net. We've seen in the States, in the UK, various forms of facial recognition banned. But it's just a case of looking at the world now. Are you happy to just work day to day and be told by somebody, stack those shelves, patrol that area, dig that road, teach that lesson? Or are you the person who wants to look at 10 years time as to how the road's going to be dug up or that lesson's going to be taught? If you want to be that person, then running your own business is really for you.
So when you decided to launch your business, what was your business plan? What were you looking 3 months, 6 months, a year in advance, a year ahead? What was your business plan globally?
Well, I would say at least five, looking 5 years ahead, really, because it takes a long time to change things, particularly dealing with public sector organisations like the police. There were several aspects to my business plan. So, firstly, training the police, and that's taken time. But last week, I was with Thames Valley Police, a very forward-thinking force. So I was selecting and training their human super recognisers. I've been out to Kurdistan. I've got an agreement with the National Forensic Science University in India. And I'm looking and waiting on a contract in Buenos Aires, but these things do take time. But on the other side, I recruited human super recognisers who weren't police, and then deployed them to security events, a Crufts Dog Show, the O2 Arena, NEC concert venues, Premiership soccer matches. And that was far quicker, because when you deal with private sector, it's much more nimble and you can get there. But of course then, and I'm also training civilians as super recognisers. Now, the big thing, you've got to be adaptable. So what happened when the lockdown came? All those events gone. So you're not making money. I used to run courses in London, and people would come in, gone. So suddenly you've got to adapt. So it's, how do I do this online? So I've invented the course online, designed it. There's certain things you can't do, but on the other side of the coin, whereas in the past I'd get 20, 30 students, 80% from the United Kingdom, now I can get 20, 30 students, and half of them are from abroad. I've got people logging on Zoom from Hollywood at 2 a.m. To Australia at 10 p.m. And so the world has changed. And like I say, when you're running a business, you've got to be quick. So I've dealt with a public sector organisation that issues awards. It still hasn't sorted it out, because the people on that organisation, they've been paid their money, furloughed, whatever they do. If I hadn't have adapted, I wouldn't be feeding my family. So it's a different, and also there's a personal pride that you want to get it right and you want to develop your system. So it's about, I'd say, if you are that person who's got drive, if you're happy to sit back, it's not for you, because it's going to hit you in the face. But if you're happy to run forward and do your own thing, then this is what running a business is about.